Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn about some words that start with consonants. Let's look at some words that start with the third letter of the alphabet, the consonant C. Christmas starts with a C. Christmas tree also starts with a C. Look at that cute little crab. Crab starts with the letter C. Smile for the camera, say cheese. Camera starts with a C. And actually, so does cheese. Construction, construction worker, and construction site all start with C. Car starts with C. Was that the first word you learned that started with C? Oh wait, I bet cat was the first word you learned that starts with a C. Are you ready to look at some words that start with the seventh letter of the alphabet? Words that start with the letter G. Look at all that green. The color green starts with the letter G. How pretty. Our great big galaxy starts with the letter G. Garlic also starts with the letter G. It's kind of stinky, but it's very good for your health. Do you have a globe in your classroom? Globe starts with a G. Look at all of those gifts. That recipient sure is lucky. Gift or gifts start with a G. How many of you wear eyeglasses? Glasses starts with the letter G. Glasses. The letter H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. Let's look at some words that start with the letter H. Your head, or the word head, starts with the letter H. And did you know that the most important organ in our body, our heart, starts with the letter H? I think my favorite word to start with the letter H is home. Harp music is beautiful, don't you think? Harp starts with the letter H. And one of my favorite animals, a hippo, starts with the letter H. Let's look at words that start with the 10th letter of the alphabet, the letter J. Hey, my first name is Jennifer. Jennifer starts with a J. And who doesn't love juice? Juice starts with the letter J. Do any of you like to jog? The exercise jog starts with a J. If it's cold outside, it's important to wear a jacket. Jacket starts with the letter J. Jungle also starts with a J. It sounds like a scary word, but there are some amazing animals that come from the jungle. This is what the flag of the country Japan looks like. Japan starts with a J. Have you ever flown in a jet airplane? Jet starts with a J. Now, let's start with some words that begin with the 11th letter of the alphabet, the letter K. Who doesn't love to fly a kite in the spring? Kite begins with the letter K. Another word that begins with the letter K is kid or kids. And if you ever become a king one day, your title king starts with a K. And do you know what this animal is? I'll give you a hint. They come from Australia. That's right, it's a koala, and koalas start with K. The letter K begins the word kettle. It's used to heat water on a stove. This one is a little confusing. The word knife sounds like it starts with an N, but it actually starts with a K. But the K is silent. I wonder why it's even there. Are you ready? to look at some words that start with R. R is the 18th letter of our alphabet. My favorite word that starts with the letter R is rainbow. They're so beautiful in our sky. Ring, like the one you wear on your finger, and the sound a phone makes, start with the letter R. The next word that begins with an R is rain. In fact, you might be able to hear some rain right now. It's raining in my house and it's hitting the roof. It sounds great. Reading is one of the most important skills that you ever have. Read or reading starts with an R. Robots are fun. The word robot starts with an R. You might not be old enough to know what a radio is. It's kind of like a music player, and radio begins with the letter R. Now, let's look at some words that start with the 19th letter of the alphabet, and that letter is the letter S. Star or stars begin with the letter S. Sun starts with the letter S, but do you know something interesting? The sun is a star. Both of the words start with the letter S. Scissors are sharp. And did you know that both words scissors and sharp begin with the letter S, even though the sounds are different? Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun. And Sun, 6, and Saturn all start with the letter S. That seal is so cute. Seal is an animal that starts with the letter S. Another sea creature that starts with an S is shark. Shark and sea both start with an S. The furthest country south on the continent of Africa is South Africa. It's a great place to visit. It starts with an S. The letter V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. Let's look at some words that begin with the consonant V. The word vegetable or vegetables starts with the letter V. A vulture is a bird that begins with the consonant V. The letter V is also the first letter in the word vase. If you get very dressed up, you might wear a vest. Vest starts with the consonant V. The letter V is the first letter in the word van. The 23rd letter of the alphabet is W. Let's look at some words that begin with W. The most important word that begins with the letter W is water. We have to have water to live. Do you know who else needs water to live? Whales. Whales starts with W. The word watermelon begins with the consonant W. The letter W is also the first letter in the word windmill. If you're giving directions or driving somewhere new, you might need to know the word west. West begins with a W. The letter X is the 24th letter of the alphabet. Let's look at some words that start with X. X-ray is probably the most famous word that begins with the letter X. And did you know that xylophone begins with an X? Which is strange because it sounds like it begins with a Z. There were not very many words that started with an X. Now let's look at words that start with a Y, the 25th letter of our alphabet. Yo-yo begins with the letter Y. Yo-yo. The letter Y is the first letter in the word yak. Y is also the first letter in the word yam. It's kind of like a potato. Do you remember what the last letter of the alphabet is? That's right, it's Z. Let's look at some words that begin with Z. I think my favorite word that starts with a Z is the word zebra, or it might be the word zoo. I'm not sure. Z is also the first letter in the word zipper. If you liked this video or learned a little something, click the thumbs up button and subscribe to come back to my classroom again and again. Thank you for coming out and spending time with me today. I can't wait to see you again soon. Until then, bye friends.